Oh, starting off with a laugh this morning, because as usual, we have our morning chats before we come on and decide to record. Good morning, everybody. This is, wait for it, the 20th episode today of The Divine Mess. My dear friend and I didn't think we would get to 20, let alone keep going, because it's so much fun. Highly recommend starting a podcast because it means you get to catch up with your mate every week and just talk about stuff that lights you up and excites you. So hi, I am Tina Marie. I'm feeling very loving today, and I'd like to say that I'm a love coach and that I help women who have moved through spiritual awakening, the general life ass kicking, to kind of recognize their skills and abilities and their potential so that they can navigate life with a certain level of joy and abundance and happiness. And I am always joined by my delightful co-host, my Mauritian French speaking food lover who shares his fabulous French recipes with me. He's vegetarian, by the way, which is not a bad
So
thing.
much love.
I know. So I might just handball across the screen because I've had a coffee, as you might be able to tell, just a fraction, and let him share about himself, and then we can get kick-started today.
Yeah, well, thank you, Tina. As usual, we start off with a laugh, and we always have the fun stuff to speak about before the podcast, during the podcast, and after the podcast as well, by sending our favorite memes throughout the week. That's how we communicate. We are in this generation now. So, by the way, welcome to our 20th episode. I'm Kirti Perman, also known as Deva. I'm the CEO and founder of The Hero's Mystic. It's a holistic life coaching where we help people to find their inner hero, transmute their fears, and just awaken, I would say, the light by balancing the divine masculine and feminine energy within them. And I had for the past 20 weeks or 21 weeks, we have been recording, and that's already a feat life for us, like to just show up every single week, no matter what's happening, what storm is going through our life. We just decide to show up because we feel that by sharing our insight, maybe for the week, last years, is going to help people to navigate through their divine mess, like we joyfully call this life, right? With so much love. So today is like all about celebration, and we'll have a special message from someone very dear. The marketing manager, or that's a new name now because I didn't understand the double M. So that's just putting it out there from Margaret Mary, right?
Correct.
And Tina is getting all excited about it. As maybe you can't see the video yet, but soon you will see. She's so happy about doing this message and sharing her wisdom, and we'll just go with the flow as usual.
Mm-hmm.
We just like to wing it, like the Kiwi will say, and we'll see where it take us today. Because it's all about celebration, because it's the finishing of the C series on the 20th episode, and then we'll start a new one. So we felt that a channeled message will be really good, if we can call that channeled. If you don't resonate with that word, just say it's a higher self speaking. Yeah. It's the wisdom coming through. So for now, I will just remain silent and just mute myself because this is a solo episode, right? That's what you say, Tina?
Oh, you're hilarious. You're so hilarious.
You requested for that.
Yeah, of course I did. As if I need a platform to speak, really. No, I was having a thought. Seeing as it's my birthday week this week, that we would talk about celebration, because I feel that a lot of people negate to celebrate on a daily. So celebrate the fact that you got to open your eyes first thing this morning, that you got to roll over and either snuggle up to your four-legged creature, a bit like me, who ends up sharing our beds first thing in the morning, or, you know, to celebrate the fact that my partner's not at work today, so I got to roll over and say, good morning, love, how are you? And just to celebrate the little things, like the divineness in a really good cup of coffee, or the divine conversation that you get to have with a beautiful friend, and just to celebrate each and every day. But so many of us plow through our days and our weeks with no sense of direction, and then therefore there's no celebrating the achievements. There's no celebrating the fact that, you know what, I just managed to run 5K today, or I managed to get out of my pajamas and drive to the store and buy the groceries instead of having the little delivery man come and put them on my doorstep because I couldn't face dealing with the human race. I think there's lots of things that we fail to give thanks for and celebrate. It's not just the birthdays and the Mother's Days and the Father's Days and anniversaries and Christmas and whatever religious beliefs that you follow, whether it's Ramadan or whether it's Easter or whatever it happens to be. They're the traditional ones that people pick up on. But by celebrating the little things, we're giving out a signal that we are feeling blessed, that we have the things that we do, but that we're also open for more. I think if we leave it and not give thanks, then we get left stuck in the mud, and then nothing else is free flowing into us. But by saying, thank you, Lord, that, you know, my children are healthy and happy and there's no major disasters this week, you know, that everybody's getting along and nothing has fallen off. Thank you very much for that. I've got food in my fridge and I've paid my bills this week and everybody is, you know, in a great space. Then it's going, okay, well then you're ready for the next bit that comes in. But also, I love celebrating. I don't know about you, but I love going, it's my birthday this week. And traditionally in my previous life, birthdays were never good, right? I would have to write a list of all the things that I desired, and I would be lucky if I got anything on said list, because said partner was not very good at being observant and going, oh, you know what, I actually really like that, or I might take her away for a weekend or do something. Gift giving wasn't his love language, let's put it that way. So there was always this element of disappointment when it came to birthdays. But then it builds a pathway in your brain, like, and as much as you have this heightened excitement about birthdays and where it's going to go, or, you know, Christmas celebrations, it ends up being a big fat disappointment. And you go, So I have endeavoured, I think, over the last 7 years to ensure that I rewrite that for myself, even if it means I take myself out somewhere and I celebrate myself and go, thank fuck, I made it this far. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't put anybody in the ground, as much as I have threatened to my children sometimes that, you know, I've brought you into this world, my children, I can take you out. They always look at me because they're over 6 feet, they're big boys, and they're like, yeah, right, oh, Mum, not really sure that that's a true one. But for me, it's like, well, no, now I'm going to celebrate myself, whether anybody else chooses to get on the train with me or not. That's their deal. But for me, it will be a trip to the nail salon on Friday. And then I'm leaving it open to see what comes, you know, what I will be blessed with during my day, so long as it's got one really good cup of coffee and one really good gin and tonic. That will be sensational for me.
And then you said like you're going to the airport after that, jumping on the plane.
Well, you
to
know,
come to New Zealand.
when Margaret Mary has lovingly bestowed my financial abundance that I have asked her for, then yes, it will probably be a trip on an aeroplane somewhere once the Iron Man festivities have been concluded in our household, because there ain't nothing happening until that's done. So it might be a quick holiday in January to Japan to go skiing. Not that I know how to, but who cares? I can snow angel with the best of them. And then wait to go somewhere warm and delicious like Mauritius. I hate that rhymed, but anyway. And then my friend would like me to come to New Zealand and launch myself off the edge of a bridge and put my trusted faith in the universe that I spring back up rather than crash into the river underneath me. And Paris would also be on my top to-do list. And then, yeah, probably the Northern Lights at some stage. There's lots. There's so much on my list. Italy, I want to go and eat really fantastic food. And, oh, you know, man, I could kickstart on forever if we were talking about travel. But that would be the year of 50. Like the year approaching 50 would be like, I'd have a Julia Roberts, what's it, Eat, Love, Pray? I would have an Eat, Love, Pray moment and just wanting to
Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah.
That's it. And just devour life. I think I'd be like one of those hideous things in one of those Marvel movies that just goes into everything. Because I was just like wanting to have a sensual experience, like, you know, in celebration of life, and going, for so long we live closeted, small lives that, you know, if you're given the opportunity to be the Jack in the Box and pop out the top and go, oh, there's lots of awesome things going on around me. You know, it's like we endeavour to talk to our children and go, please don't sit in front of a screen for 10 or 12 hours. There's such a beautiful world out here. Go and experience it, go and explore it, even if it's only locally. You know, if you do not have the funds to travel by getting on an airplane and flashing the gentleman your passport, travel within, become a tourist and go and celebrate the space in which you live, because most people, when you talk to them about where they live, they've never travelled more than half an hour outside of their front door. Like they've never gone and explored their own city, or, you know, gone and travelled anywhere within more than an hour of where they are. Have a sense of adventure and go and celebrate what your home state or your hometown has to offer. Go and do it and celebrate me. Go have a glass of champagne somewhere and go, happy birthday and a cheers to you. But also, I think celebrating friendship, like cheers to the man next door. I might raise you the rest of my coffee cup. For being a decent human. And this week's been hard with realizing how many people fall away when you go on this so-called fucking roller coaster ride of a spiritual journey, and how many people you don't resonate with. And there's just 2 or 3 inches of people that you do, and it's finding them. They're like bloody needles in a haystack. And it's one thing that shits me is the ones that I have are on the other side of a bloody computer. It's not like I can ring them up and go, want to go out for a curry, you know, or can we go get a coffee somewhere, or let's go for a run, or just that is frustrating. But all said and done, I am grateful for divine friendships, and that I was able to find you and the few others that I would call at 2 a.m. and go, I kind of screwed up. Can you come and help me? Or we've got a body to bury. Are you driving or am I? One of those types of friendships that not many people get to experience being accepted for the freak that you are. Good, bad, indifferent, pissed off, fired up, weeping, curled up mess. So thank you to those that I love. I appreciate you.
And we love you as well for who you are. And
the freak, the green-eyed freak.
Because I always remember our, like, out of the blue, like, you will just, I know our chat is like, you will just vent it out and you will just let it out. And then I will do my Mercian way of just calling you. No respect, like no boundaries, I would say. Like, we don't care about that. Are you free? We won't even ask about that. Like, no. For us, it's a different, like, cultural boundaries, I would say, or something like that. But
yeah, it's really strange though. It's like it's atypical, and most people would go, but how can you be friends like that? I don't know. How can we be friends like that? You know, you tell me.
Yeah. Good way of just passing on the ball to me. Yeah.
Well, no, you know, I think it needs to be, you know, it needs to be said, because it's like, well, what, you know.
For me, I find it normal, like, to be friends like that. Like, there's nothing wrong in just calling your friend.
Yeah.
Because it's all about being present with them in that moment. I do understand that people need some space, some time to process. But from where I came from and how I grew up, there was no space. Like, you didn't have that space to process. Like, you just process with your friend, you know, like, you just process with that.
Yeah.
And I think I grew up like, because you will have different perspective at one go, and then you will go back and just process on your own.
Yeah.
And that's a different, like, I find it like in New Zealand, like, you will just process on your own first, and then you will go and tell your friend maybe after I don't know how many days or something. Whereas in my culture, it's like you will go straight and tell it. Like, I call you, like, the moment you send me a text, like, you're venting out, I used to ask, like, are you free? Because that was like, yeah, that's the cultural boundaries. I was telling that to myself. But now it's like, no, I know when she needs that call, I'll just ring her up. And then you will just like, for me, it's giving you that space to vent out and providing you that another perspective. Maybe it's not about giving you the solution, because I'm not here to give you the solution.
No.
Maybe where I grew up is like, we will try to give you the solution, but now I know better. Is like, no, I know that you have the solution within you, and it's just like, maybe make you realize, well, you're not so bad. Like, it's not a bad situation, like you portrayed it. And that's what we need to remember about this, is like, and I love the idea how you're celebrating, and like you were just tapping into that. For me, it's like that gratitude that you have, that level of gratitude that you're showing, that you're talking about, that everyone, I think, on while listening, will feel that level of love and gratitude that you have, because you know what you went through your life to reach like near the 5-0, right? And you know what you went through that. And I know there's a lot people see that as milestone, like when you reach that, it's like a lot of questioning. Did I achieve like what I wanted to? It's like all these goals come to mind, or is it how? For me, it goes deeper. Have I spent time with my family more than I could have? Like, did I give love? Did I hurt anyone? Or it goes deeper on that. Did I forgive enough? Did I let go of shit that's no longer serving us? Like, that's no longer serving us. Did I serve enough? Like, did I, that goal that I had like a kid, like maybe it was like traveling the world, like you were going on your travel tour, and I was like, yep, I was like mapping it out, and I was like, yeah, I have a schedule like right now for you. I can just give you like we can just schedule that in. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can go fly from Mauritius to Paris or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you can do the Europe tour and then come back. Easy.
Yes. I'll accept my crown and my scepter when I put my toes on Mauritian soil.
Yeah. I think a good way to finish your vacation is go through Mauritius, like pass by. And then it's a 6-hour, I think, flight to Perth. So I'm just saying. Air Mauritius, sorry. Mauritian. Oh my God.
When you talk to Mauritian people, they know. They act like travel agents. I have a delightful man that I see on a Saturday, and he was giving me full out travel advice, what time the plane leaves, what time it lands, this is where you can go, this is what you can do, it was fantastic. But coming back to that whole life experience and nearly hitting, I suppose, what most people would call the midway point, almost the tipping point of, and to be honest, a lot of the people that I've met feel that it is a shitty downhill slide from 50 onwards. I met a woman yesterday who renewed my sense of joy about the aging process. She was coming up for her 70th birthday, so she's 20-mile markers down the road, a little bit more than I am, but she had an energy and a vibrancy that was contagious, that she was like excited for this point in her life and what it was bringing, whereas so many people that I have met over probably the last 12 months view aging as this shitful life experience. And I don't think it so many people fail to celebrate that you've made it this far, that you have, like you say, ticked some boxes, haven't ticked other boxes. But heads up, people, it's not too late. It's never too late to start. Like, we could have said earlier this year, it's too late to start a podcast. There's over 5 million on Spotify. Why would we bother? But from the feedback that we have received over the 20 episodes, we're creating those little ripples in the pond for people, and at least giving them some kind of going, well, if he can talk so freely about his life experiences, or she can do that, well, then maybe I can within my family or with my friends. What's holding me back from sharing that with other people. But for me, it's like, I feel like it's ramping up, like, not that I'm on the downhill slide of the roller coaster, like I'm still tracking my way up, because there's still really lots of things that I've yet to experience and go and celebrate. But I found that life experiences have taught me the value of celebrating, that within my family, particularly, money's always been a funky thing. I don't know about others, but that real little small, don't step outside of your box kind of, we're not designed to be, we're not designed to be wealthy people. In my 10-year-old head, I thought I was Cleopatra, so I should be walking around in gold and jewels, and I'm a queen. I need to be celebrated. But somewhere along the line, that stuff sort of wears you down and you forget. And I think it takes the time and other life experiences to go, geez, I really would like more for my life, and how do I go about achieving that? But then also having a realization that abundance isn't necessarily financial, and that abundance comes in friendships, and it comes in relationships, and it comes in parenthood sometimes. And it just comes from being in nature and appreciating the beautiful abundance that we do have, and ensuring that it's there for tomorrow and for future generations to be able to walk the earth and experience the beauty and the simplicity that there is. So I'm all for celebrating. You know what? Wear your fancy clothes. Put the best china out on your table. Put the best glassware out on your table. Make every meal that you get to share with the people that you love a celebration. Don't. I was raised with this is the good china, and this is the good glassware, and don't dare breathe on it hard enough for it possibly to be able to be used or broken. Bring it out every day. Don't just use the $20 dinner set. Use the good stuff. Because every day that you get to sit down with your loved ones and create a meal, or whether it's take out food on a plate, makes no difference. My kids think I'm weird. I do not eat takeout out of a box. Just side note, takeout comes out of the box and goes on a plate, and we eat like normal humans. There's a laugh for David today. Just celebrate every single day that you get to open your eyes. Treat every day like it's your birthday. Find the joy, find the fun, find the love for yourself. That's a hard journey. It doesn't come easy. Some days you look and you go, oh, I don't really like what I see in the mirror. However, consistency is key, right? So if we are sharing the love for ourselves every day and go, you've been working out. You've been eating well. That's making a difference. That fits better. I like the look of that. I like my hair today. No, I don't like my hair today. Just celebrate the difficulties as well with a smile, and know that it's not always going to be shitty. And you know what? Pick up the phone, message a friend, send them a meme and going, I feel like my spiritual journey is like, send them one of those memes, because it's sure to provoke conversation. and going, I'm having a tough day. I need some help. Can you let me vent this out? Because when it's going round and round and round in my head, I feel like I'm turning into a crazy person. So share with the people that you love, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. I have to have some conversations with people this week that I'm like, in my old life, having those kind of conversations did not result in good things. So I'm endeavoring to rewrite pathways this week in my brain, in being brave and being truthful to myself and honoring the things that I need. Speaking of that, has anybody ever checked out what their values are, their top 2 values? Because I did a exercise with my coach this week, and I found that what I thought were my top 2 values were a little bit different. So for me, mine was love and safety. So it was very interesting when you break that down and how that looks, and when you don't feel safe, what stupid shit do you do to test to see whether someone else can provide safety for you, or can you provide it for yourself? It's this spiritual work, it's good fun, kids. I recommend getting on the train. Find yourself a spiritual coach, whether they talk to you in the shower or whether they talk to you in dream state. Get on board that, because sometimes you think you're going crazy. You're actually really not. You're getting information that you need to be able to decipher. And if you can't, find a spiritual buddy that will help you decipher all of that good fun stuff and have a laugh with you at their slap up the back side of the head type, are you awake yet? Questions. Does that seem like a fair and valid point, Mr. Pyramid?
Yeah, because I remember like last time you were going through some stuff and I just asked you, like, the first thing I said, like, so you're not sharing the fun with me, like we're not having the fun together. And you went, what? You went like, what are you talking about? Like, and I told you, like, because this is like this spiritual journey that we are all going through, because every encounter, every moment, you can take it, you can feel it as a spiritual moment. Like for you, it's just a perspective, because it gives you the opportunity for you, for example, one of your top values is, for example, love, and it's like every single moment, is it like returning back to love? Am I like returning back to love, which is my true self? And that's for you, right? And anyone else whose top value is like just asking them, am I honoring that? Am I respecting that? And it's just another way of saying, like, am I respecting myself in that moment? Is it like resonating with me? And you were talking earlier about some people saying going downhill after the 5-0. I feel people go downhill way before that. They feel that they are going downhill. But it's just a matter of perspective again, because when I always talk about my parents, because they are great role models, both of them in their own ways, right?
Gorgeous humans, both of them. Just so much love for them, really.
And the reason why is, like, people often ask me their age and I say I don't know. And truly I don't know, because I don't care about the age, because it's the way they feel within themselves. So my mom like will always say like she's 40 or younger than that. Like my dad will act like a 19-year-old, because this is how they feel. And for me, it's like respecting that. And people are always like telling me like, oh, you should know your parents' age. And I'm like, well, it doesn't reflect truly. That's your perspective,
Mm.
how they feel within themselves.
Yeah.
Because when you see them dancing on the floor, like they are the first one when the music is on, like even before the DJ, it's like in a wedding, before even the brides and the groom will dance, it's like they can go and they will be waiting by the side. It's like, yeah, it's our turn. Like just
Come
letting
on,
you
come
know,
on, come on.
just letting you know, like we are waiting. Like, come on, get on with it. Get on. You have your whole life to dance, you know? And it's, no, I'm just joking about it, but it's true. It's how they feel.
Yeah.
And no matter how tired they will be after that, like physically, but mentally, that's a different story. Because all like my dad will always come back with those feedback, like because he was a physics educator for over 40 years. And his student will always come back to him and say, wow, you look exactly the same, like it was like 40 years ago, like something like that. They will always tell him, and they will like their kids will be with them and they will tell, that's my physics teacher, and they will be like, he look exactly the same, like he didn't change one bit or something, like
Yeah.
for that, because that's the energy he brings
Yeah.
to, and it's your energy and it's how you celebrate life. And it's like you said, like they celebrate their friendship because they have, it's called a friends club that they created when they were in their uh early adulthood, I would say in 20s. When they were in their 20s, they
Yeah.
didn't have like Facebook, they didn't have social like media, so they created the friends club where they will do debate every week. They will discuss the world matters. That's where they develop their public speaking skill. That's where they won, like they created like those plays where they went on national to win. Like my dad and my mom, they both won national award for acting, right? And yeah, you didn't know, right? Yeah. So they went on TV as well for one of the plays that my dad wrote. And
Wow.
it's called The Student Life. And those the Friends Club, they met after like I don't know how many years. They have a WhatsApp group, they still connect. And when they connect, it's like they become that 20-year-old again. It's funny to see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's the energetic
but
shift,
they
isn't it?
but it's your community, right?
Yeah.
Because if you are with a community that makes you feel like you're 20, guess what? You're going to react the same way. We all see those memes where you see grandma or something with their bestie, like dancing on a
And
cruise.
yeah.
I still remember. But it's your community, it's who you surround yourself. And I
Mhm.
would like suggest people like look to whom you speak every single day. Like whom are you messaging on daily? Are they uplifting you? Are they making you like go on a downhill?
Are they
It just also,
celebrating you
yeah,
at
exactly.
whatever stage you're at, right? You know, they're asking more of you, but not in a way that is demeaning or detrimental. So I was walking the other day and two Mauritian friends, one being the podcast host and my other very good girlfriend. And I'm just getting these memes backwards and forwards on two different message platforms. And I'm trying to walk along and I'm like messaging this one back, and then it's ping, the next one comes up, and messaging the other one back. But they were all in a space of, hi, how you going? Are you excited about your day? You know, there was that level of energy that comes with it. So I think we all need to have a little bit of a shift in focus when it comes to your daily, like in terms of how you view it. Like, you know what, you don't love your job, do something about it. You know, you don't like the location of where you're working, do something about it. Ask the question. Like if you set an intention that I want to be somewhere else, or I want to be working somewhere else, do the work. Don't sit there and complain and wallow in it. Change it. Celebrate when someone says, yes, I think I can help you accommodate that. Fantastic. Let's, celebrate in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be with a bottle of champagne, and it certainly doesn't have to be with a tub of ice cream. But, if that's your deal, or a Tim Tam, as my friend likes to reconcile. Don't eat Tim Tams, but anyway, I don't. It's not my jam.
Sure.
Lint
Say it
chocolate.
out loud.
Lint chocolate is my jam. Dark chocolate is my jam. Yes. As we sat and watched Jack Whitehall last night and celebrated, and we ate dark chocolate. Him go, you should do that with your dad. It's Jack Whitehall travels with his 70-odd-year-old father. Oh my Lord. It's hilarious. But it's the celebration of their relationship, and it's the celebration that two people who are so radically different, like, yes, they're related, doesn't mean they're anything like one another, but accepting the differences and still coming together and still celebrating their life and the fact that they're able to travel with one another. You should so do that. That would be bloody hilarious.
Yeah, I can already visualize it. I can already feel it.
Traveling around Australia. But Jack Whitehall's father is quite fond of the same word that I am when things are not going well. And he regularly tells his son to just Jack. So it's quite humorous to see a man in his very late 70s who still wears a 3-piece suit and a tie and a hat and his beautiful leather brogues, traveling through Cambodia on a gap year trip.
I can tell you right away that my dad will never do that. Like, he will be in shorts and sandals or something like that, like, for sure.
But yeah, it's just an interesting way to look at life and to how you choose to move through it. And I am choosing to celebrate the fact that I've gone through some really challenging stuff, and I can still have a smile on my face. I can still have the ability to love people. I think that's a skill set in itself, in the fact that doesn't matter how many times you get trodden on, get your heart ripped out, it torn into pieces, blown up, we can still put ourselves back together, and we can still be vulnerable and have the ability to appreciate the best in others, even when they're not behaving well, but just to go out and love, even if it has been hard. Be brave, go and celebrate yourself and be love, and see what sort of love you get back in return. Go party, people.
It's your birthday week. That's why you're in party mode now. She's already like going to jump around now. Already
jumping.
Like happy feet mode. But it's
no, like Despicable Me happy. Like Pharrell Williams sings about it. Yeah.
That's I can see you dancing that. Like, I literally can. Yeah. But I celebrate that we started this podcast, like this journey, I would say, because there are so many things, positive things that came out of it. And we are learning on the way, like how to make it better and better. But we know it's serving people, like, like it's changing people's life and perspective. Like you said earlier, like you are allowed to speak about you. Like you can celebrate yourself by speaking about you, whether it's like you like to say, like the good, bad, ugly, and you will find your tribe. And I was reading about in the book The Divine Matrix by Great Braden, telling you how your emotion can affect your cells, your DNA level, all of that, your surrounding. And I feel that's what causes people in a way to age faster or slower. Because if you look into the Japanese culture, for example, you see their life expectancy like so high. Like I think it's over 87 or something.
Yeah, I think they're in their mid-90s. Like
Yeah,
that's their expectancy. That's just amazing.
Because that's their culture and that's part of their culture, I would like suggest people, like if they can go within themselves and ask like what's their belief about reaching like the 4-0 or the 5-0. What's your belief? Like how do you see yourself? And that will go deeper into your belief about you. Like how do you see life? And how do you celebrate yourself? Like how do you celebrate yourself? And just comment like how are you going to celebrate yourself in one way this coming week or until the end of the year? Are you booking a trip like to Mauritius, like we can offer discount, like Tina is offering discount too. I'm just saying it. Yeah. She's so happy about the
I'm
service.
happy to go with a group, just someone let me know when you're going.
Yeah, it's like a trip to
could you
Mauritius
imagine
or
that?
something.
The Divine Mess tour. There you go.
There, you put it out. It's out there now. It's already created. Like the universe is like, yeah, it's already done. You just need to vibrate on
put up
that.
with the craziness of us for a week.
Just
Let's
imagine,
go on
like,
a spiritual soul tour and see where it takes
I'm
us.
pretty sure we'll end up in the wrong countries at most of the time because that's called the divine mess,
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it.
Correct.
And I will hear all about it with your F off.
More than likely.
Yeah. But I know it's nearly our time for today.
Yes.
We had clear boundaries about the time today.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
As we have other commitments. There's your C word.
There's another C word. Just ask yourself again, how committed are you to your dreams, to the divine mess tool as well? Just saying. And it's no, it's really a joy. Like for me, I'm really grateful that we started this journey because there's so much unpacking that's done every single week. People might not see it, but we feel it over the week because we will continue to talk about it over the week and we'll continue to process it. And with the comment coming in as well, thank you for those listening. We are starting to create a community of people now, and that's the aim, like building those people who are willing to navigate through the divine mess with us. So welcome to this journey. I will leave
welcome
Tina
aboard
to
the crazy
conclude.
train. Come on.
I will leave Tina to conclude today.
Lovely French accent. God, I love that. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us today. And we send you off with our love and divine best wishes. And go celebrate. I'm going to take my own advice and go celebrate for the rest of the week because I got here and we got to 20 episodes, so that's something else to celebrate as well. And I celebrate my friend showing up every week, as well as myself, because it's lots of good fun, people. So find something, commit to it, be consistent, and most of all our love. And thank you ever so much. And until next week, we'll be 21 again.
Thank you.
Take care. See ya.
See you.